Hey, what's up, YouTube family? Good morning. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, great morning. I am. I'm on my journey to weight loss. I've been running every morning for the past 3 or 4 days. You know what? I feel great. I feel amazing. Today, we're going to go back to our book, America is the True Old World, the Original Africa. I want to make a statement. I want to say something. A lot of people in the comment section, before even viewing the content and getting an understanding of where this author's coming from and the sources that he's presenting to present such claim, people are desiring to just say this is pseudoscience, but then they don't want to actually debunk anything or present any other information that would debunk it being quote unquote pseudoscience. Well, here, this is the thing. People's realities, people don't want their reality challenged. Anybody that comes along with a different idea, different way of thinking, presenting different information other than what's already out there, people they go nuts. They go crazy. They get to throwing temper tantrums. They want to insult. Instead of just saying, hey, you know what, I don't agree with that, I'm gonna keep on moving. People just want to, and before they even view the content, they'll just go on a tirade. They'll write a novel based on what? Based on their own thoughts. Other than that, it can't be based on the information that's presented because a lot of people haven't even looked at it. So people have this idea in their mind when they see content that they don't agree with, and they just go off of that. I challenge you not to be so simple-minded, sir, ma'am. Do not be so simple-minded. View the content. View the content that you do not like. And if there's something that you don't agree with, then, hey, you want to go in the comment section, hey, I don't agree with this because ... You present your information, you present your argument, or your debate, your thesis. Present it in the comment section instead of putting a whole bunch of big words together, hoping that nobody will check you for it. But I'm going to check you for it, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you for too long, or I'll just get you off my channel because I'm not here for that. I'm here to bring information. I'm here to help people widen their minds to different thinking, because technically our whole education system is based off of pseudoscience, because all of it is literally constructed. Everything is put together by someone's lack of real research, or just someone desiring to push a narrative. Our entire education system is pseudo. You know what I mean? Because when you break it down and you get to questioning our education system, it all falls apart. So I don't want to get too much on a tirade. So we're going to go to chapter 5. I presented a short on this information in my YouTube shorts, but I didn't get the chance to really get into this section of the chapter. So we're going to do that today. Chapter 5, the original Africa. The old age debate between Africans and Asians as to which civilization is older has separated academia. Afrocentric scholars and theologians affirm that all life and civilization started in Africa, quote unquote, Ethiopia, in accordance with the Bible, and I agree with them. However, Western academics affirm that all life and civilization started in Asia, Mesopotamia, Vita, the Fertile Crescent, and I agree with them too, since the original Africa and Asia Major, Mesopotamia, was in the Americas, as I will further demonstrate later. Before the Europeans colonized Africa, the continent was called many other names. They include Sorfi, Ortygia, Libya, and Ethiopia, also Alkebulan. Other names, such as the land of Ham. Ham means dark skins, mother of mankind, the Garden of Eden, see figure 88, and this is the figure. Kingdoms in the city, and kingdoms in the sky, and the land of Cush, or Cush, referring to the Cushites and Cushites, who were ancient Ethiopians / Abyssinians were used. Now we're going to go to the next page. I hope you guys can see this pretty clear. I'm going to do my best to allow you guys to see this clearly. No one knows the source of the names for sure. However, the theories below shed some light on how this second largest continent got its new name. Here are the different theories we're going to go over. The Roman theory. Some scholars believe the word originated from the Romans. Romans discovered a land opposite the Mediterranean and named it after the Berber tribe residing with the Carthage area, presently referred to as Tunisia. the tribe's name was Afri. Weather theory. Some believe that the name was coiled from the continent's climate, deriving from Afrik, a Greek word that means the land free from cold and horror, a variation of the Roman word aprika, which means sunny, or even the Phoenician word afar, which means dust. Africus theory. This claims that the continent derived its name from Africus. Africus is a Yemenite chieftain who invaded the northern part in the 2nd millennium BC. It is argued that he settled on his conquered land and named it Africa. Phoenician theory. Another school of thought suggests the name is derived from two Phoenician words, Friki and Farika. The words mean corns and fruits when translated. Hypothetically, the Phoenician christened the continent as the land of corns and fruits. Note, the land of corns and fruits sounds like the Americas. Now check this out. This is very important. Since corn and 90% of our fruits and vegetables are indigenous to where? The Americas, which was proven in volume 1 of this book series, and I have that book series. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Alkebulan, mother of mankind, or Garden of Eden. See figure 88, which I just showed you. Alkebulan is one of the oldest names and the only word of indigenous origin. It was used by Moors, Nubians, Numidians, Carthaginians, and the Ethiopians. My favorite name of Africa is Abyssinia, which is an old name for Ethiopia. Notice how there is a letter A in front of Ethiopia, because there is a difference between Ethiopia and Ethiopia. Ethiopia was referring to the continent now known as Africa, whereas Ethiopia was referring to Ethiopia Superior in the Americas and the supercontinent of the three Indies. 3 Ethiopias, the world, since the land of Kush covered most of the world at one point, and all continents started with a letter A in the front and at the end of the continental name. For example, America, North, South, and Central America, Euro, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, and Australia are all names of continents that start with the letter A and end with the letter A. Therefore, Ethiopia is a more fitting name for continents, and it's referring to a greater landmass, aka the land of Kush. However, the capital or hub of the 3 Indies or 3 Ethiopias was Ethiopia Superior or Temeri, Old Egypt / Kush, and the Americas. See figures 89 and 90. So here we are on the next page, the land of the Moors. Now I want to see how far I want to get into this. I will read the rest of this because it's not too much. Temeri, the land of the Moors, Mars. Temeri's land. Temeri means land of the Moors, land of the blacks, or Mary's land. Maryland, VA, as in Virgin Mary. Maryland is a very interesting word since it means to marry, the land of Moors. Maryland also means the land of Mary, Maru, Maya. Maryland also means Mauritania, since the suffix tania, and Mauritania means land, and Mari means Mary or Moor, which means land of the Moors or land of Mary. I believe that Washington, D.C. was formerly known as Rome. Maryland was also the capital of Temeri in ancient times, since it's still the capital of America, Tamerica, today. Additionally, the Virgin Greek goddess Columbi, aka Lady Liberty, or the Statue of Liberty, is a personification of the 3 virgin goddesses, Isis, Mary, and Venus. In addition, its fabulous Gothic architecture, Moorish / Tartarian architecture, all over Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. Columbia means the spiritual light bee, or the queen bee of the land of milk and honey, symbol of the promised land. And Columbia is a poetic name for the Americas, and the name existed prior to Christopher Columbus, so it was not named after him. Also, Rome, Maryland, aka Washington, D.C., predates Christopher Columbus by thousands of years, since it was built using an ancient and extinct unit of measurement called the megalithic yard. The megalithic yard is over 5,000 years old, and it traces back to the time of Atlantis. So you see this picture here. You see what these individuals look like. Florida. So we're on the next page. I don't want to lose you guys, so I'm going to read this, and the rest of this, and I'm going to go ahead and put a halt to it. The megalithic yard is a hypothetical ancient unit of length equal to about 2.72 feet. Some researchers believe it was used in the construction of megalithic structures. The proposal was made by Alexander Thom, a result of his surveys of 600 megalithic sites in England, Scotland, Wales, and Brittany. Thom also proposed a megalithic rod of 2.5 megalithic yards, or an average across sites 6.77625 feet. As subunits of these, he further proposed the megalithic inch of 2.073 centimeters, 0.816 inches, and 100 of which are included in a megalithic rod, and 40 of which composed a megalithic yard. Thom applied the statistical lumped variance test of J.R. Broadbent on this quantum and found the result significant, while others have challenged his statistical analysis and suggested that Thom's evidence can be explained in other ways. For instance, that the supposed megalithic yard is in the fact the average length of pace. And they have a link right here where you can go ahead and pick it up and research that. Yet the megalithic yard has no shortage of supporters. Some trace its origins back to Atlantis. Others see its length reflected in the motions of the heavens until someone uncovers the original megalithic ruler. Thom's theory is destined to remain controversial. A book of the beginning by English poet and Egyptologist Gerald Massey. He tells us about Temeri. The name Temeri for a land lying northwest of the African center, always reckoning from south, would deposit the names of the Mari land, Marmarica, a duplicate form, and Morocco, as the Mari or Moors went further north into Spain or Tzimphon. From these and other data may be drawn the inference that Mari people were self-named. Self-named as the immigrants who came from the northwest, one name of which Mari, Egyptian Meru, Moro, or the Meru. Gerald Massey further states that the Mari name is that of the later Moors of a land under the Tropic of Cancer and northwest of the equator, as well as Ethiopia, the typical birthplace, and the name of the Moors found on Egyptian monuments is written Mari or Meru or Mari. The original Mari dwelt in the northwestern land lying between the Atlantic and Mediterranean, and their name is identifiable with that of Maori, whose traditions derive from the northwest, end quote. The term Maor or Moor corresponds to Maoriland, Maryland, Morocco, Mediterranean or Mauritania, Ethiopia, and the Egyptian and Hindu Mount Meru. The Moors were matriarchal at first because they understood the pole star / North Star, Polaris, was the great mother vortex of celestial and terrestrial creation, known as Mother Mary or Mount Meru. Since this star is the compass and their guiding star of navigation, the term Moor or Meor in Phoenician is Mahurin, and it means Westerners. The term Mahurin can be ultimately traced back to the Egyptian Mer, Mar, Meru, and Mu. We are all Moors, Maors, because we are sons and daughters of Mount Meru, aka Mother Mary, Pole Star, North Pole. We are all born from the womb of the Mother Mary Stargate, aka the celestial vagina or portal, as a blue beam of holographic light. Every woman during birth is symbolic of the pole star gate of portal, aka Mother Mary. Since she gives birth to life / light, the term Mari equals Mary. For example, Mu, Mar, Meru, Mary, Maori, Mary. The Mars were known as Mari men, merry men, since as Saracens, son of Sarah. They were renowned men of Saint Sarah, aka Mother Mary. Interestingly, that we have a map that designates a huge territory of land as La Floridas, and on the said map, the nationality of Tamaricans is labeled on the map plaque. See figures 89 and 90, and we're going to go look at that right now. And I believe we already did, but this is what he's talking about. 89, you see the color of the people, and 90, La Floridas. So you see all the information here This is great. Figure 90, 1657 Sanson map of La Floridas, aka Tamari, which covered a huge portion of land from Florida to Mexico and even parts of Canada. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and go back and finish this up. Tamaricans equals Americans. If we remove the sacred bull, Taurus, T or T square, in front of Tamarican, when we do so, we are left with the American. Therefore, Tamari is the main root word for America. If you add the sacred T or Tau in front of America, figure 89 is a close-up view of famed 1657 Sanson map of La Floridas that I have shared in Volume 1 and Volume 2 of this book series. America is the true old world. I have reshared it again in this book because these kinds of gems can't be shared enough. It shows the swarthy, black, or copper-colored Timucuan Indians in a state of slavery, aka prisoners of war, POWs, that were captured by the Spanish Rome during the American invasion of the 1500s. So we're going to stop here. The next part of this chapter is the Timucuan Indians, were the Ethiopians and the Assyrians of Florida. So, like I said, man, there's a lot of great information in this book, a lot of great information. I will be presenting it. You know, you're going to get it. Trust me, okay? So you continue to watch for my content. Continue to, you know, say, hey, man, or turn on your notification bell so you get an understanding of when this content is going to drop. But, hey, man, I got the information. And this is not just pseudoscience. This is much research being put together, quotes and sources from other individuals, not just this person's thoughts or feelings. No, they're quotes from other individuals, other scientists, other researchers, right? Biologists and things of that nature that go along with what he's putting together. So this is just great stuff, man. The book is $145. It's really worth it, you know. Or you can go on archive.org. You can't get this book on archive.org, but archive.org is a free library where you can get free information. So, and I really suggest you guys to go to archive.org and see what you can find there for free. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the information. Hope you learned something. Hope you're able to maybe use this as further research into whatever you're looking into. But man, we're going to keep this independent research alive. You know what I mean? I don't care who gets upset, angry, those that temper tantrum in the content section, or who desires to debunk this, or, you know, desires to just be angry and upset and in their feelings. The independent research continues to move forward. Okay. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a wonderful day. You guys be blessed. God bless you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please. It's your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Yes, there's plenty of black people here in Nebraska because I'm one of them, and I'm out. Peace.